to a comfortable seat. You can be cross-legged in easy pose. If you are more of a yoga practitioner, you're welcome to take a half lotus if that feels good to you. I recommend, if you don't like sitting upright for too long, that you put your back against a wall, or you could sit in a chair, whatever works. And we're just going to relax into the breath. So I'm going to take a mudra today, which is a hand gesture, and it's simply putting your right hand on top of your left hand like this, palms facing up, and it's just to help settle the mind. You can put that in your lap, like so. We're just going to close our eyes and arrive in this space today. Let's start to observe the breath. Maybe also observe the heart rate if you have any palpitations or things like that going on. Try to just observe without judgment. Everything is just fine as it is. So there's an option to do a 3-part breath. You don't have to, but if you'd like to. So 3-part breath basically means that we start breathing in using your abs, so breathing into the belly, and then further in the breath, like the chest rises, and then the upper chest rises. And then breathing out, the chest lowers first, and then the abdomen pulls in last. So if you'd like to do that, and then we'll just start with an inhale. Belly expands, and chest expands. An out breath, chest lowers, belly lowers. It's almost like a wave of breath. Breathe in again. And out. Do a few more at your own pace. There's an option to take a sankalpa or intention for the practice today. Can be anything. Can be like, I let my body settle into healing, or whatever. If you'd like to make a sankalpa, then just think about it now. And then gently, when you're ready, just gently open your eyes, nice and slowly, back in the room. So I start off with some range of movement exercises to kind of warm the body up before the asanas, the poses. If you're in a half lotus, I recommend changing that to the other side. If you're cross-legged, then you don't have to. So we're going to start off with what's called the circle of joy, which is quite nice, and it also involves the deep breath that we were just doing. So what happens is, so we breathe in, and the out breath, we bring our arms in front of us with interlocked fingers. And then in breath, we bring it up above our head. And out breath, you let it down. In breath, you clasp behind. And out breath, you bring it back around. So we'll just do a few of those. So breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, clasp. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out. Out. Breathe in. And out. And we'll relax out of that. Then we'll just do a couple of seated sun salutations. So we're going to breathe in, bring your arms sweeping up to the top, do into a prayer position. And then breathe out, bring it back down. Breathe in. Option here to go forward if you want to, or go to the side. So out and forward. And slowly bring your spine back up to neutral. And again, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in here. And out, and slowly bring your spine back up. Okay, we'll just do a few shoulder rolls. I'm going to roll our shoulders up and around a little bit. Go one direction and then the other direction. We're going to roll our wrists, so to make a gentle fist, and roll our wrists around in one direction and then the other direction. These range of motion exercises help if you've got stiffness anywhere and warms everything up before we get started. And then we're going to imagine we're drawing a little circle with your nose. So we'll draw a little circle like a saucer. And I'm going to go a little bit bigger, like a small plate. And then eventually really big, like a dinner plate. And we wind it back in to a small plate and then a saucer. And then we're going to reach on one side and just gently, no forcing, just gently move your head to the side until you feel a little bit of warmth on your neck. And we're going to change sides. All right. And then last, we're going to do some range of motion with ankles. So you come forward like this. And we're just going to lift one foot and roll the ankle. And the other way. And the other foot. Ankle. And the other way. Lovely. And then we'll just do hips as well. So from this position, kind of leaning back on your hands, just bring your hips open and close. Open and close. Just one more. Okay, lovely. Okay, so now we're going to lie on our backs. In fact, the whole of the poses are on our backs. Get comfy. So at any point in this practice, you can take Savasana, which is the corpse pose, where you basically just completely relaxed on your back, like so. We're actually going to start in Balasana, which is mountain pose, which is a bit more active than Savasana. So you're kind of pretending that you're standing. So we're engaging our feet and we're engaging our legs, engaging our core muscles, and we're just going to stand upright for lying position and just re-engage with our breath. So our body is alert in this pose but doesn't feel rigid. Keep kind of a natural tension. Okay, from here we're going to go in half baby pose. So I'm going to bring the right leg in and we can take the big toe wrapped around our fingers and then lift our leg up. We've got a nice right angle with your knee. You'll feel a nice opening of the hips, a nice stretch down your quads and hamstrings. There's an option, if you're more flexible, to clasp on the outside of your foot instead as well. Just breathe. Make sure the jaw is unclenched. And bring your core muscles, suck your navel in if you'd like. Feel a lovely warmth down your arm. Hold your foot. Okay, let that foot go back to the floor. I'm going to do the other side. So again, take your big toe or the outside of your foot and have a nice stretch to open the hip joint. Breathing. And bring your foot back down. So bring your both legs bent, your feet kind of towards your bum. And we're going to do some pelvic tilts. And honestly, if you only take away one exercise from today's practice, let it be this. It's very, very helpful for POTS and strengthening the core in a very gentle way. So what we're going to do is, so lying on, feeling like we've got a little normal arch in our back, we're going to breathe in, and then on the out breath, we're pulling our navel in, and your hips will automatically tilt towards your head. And breathe in and let it relax. Out, tilt, breathe in your navel, and it will just tilt very gently. And breathe in. It's a very subtle movement, this, but it definitely is effective. Just do it more times. So suck your navel in and tilt. This. And relax. Okay, and we're going to go to our first more stronger core practice. At any time, if this feels too much, then just come out of it. What we're going to do is our arms about our sides, palms facing down, and we're going to lift our legs up into like a right angle and keep breathing. The core will be engaged in this position, but you can bring your navel in a bit more if you'd like. And we'll bring the knees, the feet back down to the ground. Just take a breath. So do one more set of this if you wish, otherwise just stay resting. So again, bring your legs up. And then we're going to bring the legs into the chest and give yourself a little hug. You can roll from side to side on your back there. The next pose is similar. So instead of right angles, we're going to lift our legs right up. So legs are completely upright. Keep breathing. So the full pose for this is to lift the arms above the head. The option to take that if you want a more advanced stretch pose. And relax out of that. Going to windscreen wiper our legs back and forth. my bent knee position. Ease out of that. This is obviously strong for the core and the legs, which is what we're hoping to work for help with POTS. So if you'd like to do it more time, then you can do. Lift your legs up in the air. Otherwise, relax. You can bring your arms back over your head as well. Helps to make more space in the lungs. So whilst your abs are working, you can still breathe with the arms above the head. Try and have your shoulders down away from your ears. And relax. I'm sure I'd be glad to know that that's the lost core for a little bit. So what we're going to do now is you put your legs back down actually, and then we're going to rotate the hips out. So like bring your feet outwards, and then we're going to bring your knees up from the outwards position into a butterfly bound angle pose. So this position is where you might like to stick some cushions underneath your knees, if that would be comfier to you. Otherwise, just take some breaths in this position. You want to close your eyes and relax. There's also the option to bring your arms overhead in this position and gently arch your back if you'd like. Really opens the chest out. Forehead is relaxed, jaw is relaxed. Okay, so bring your arms back down if you're in the arms out position. And we're going to start a few more core strengthening exercises. So bring your legs back down, back to more the standing position. What we're going to do is just lift the right leg off the ground a little bit. Let's hold that there. 3, 2, 1, and release it back down. And the left leg raises. Bring your core in. 3, 2, 1, and back down. The option to do one more round of this if you choose, otherwise you can rest. Up. 3, 2, 1, and bring it back down. And left leg. 3, 2, 1, and back down. Again, if you'd like to, you can bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a bit of a rolling hug if things are feeling a bit warm. And then our next pose is actually like a movementy pose. It's a cycling position pose. So it's really quite self-explanatory, really. We're just going to do a cycling motion with our legs. You can go as fast or as slow as you'd like. I think slower is harder. Try and bring your navel in towards your spine again. Do this for a little bit. And then relax back down, feet on the ground. Windscreen wipe your legs back out. That feels good to you. Back and forth. If you want to, do one more round of cycling. Bringing the navel in. Arms are relaxed. Okay, and then bring legs into the chest. And from here, we're going to go into the full happy baby pose. We did half happy baby earlier. So this time, grab both your feet, either at the big toe or at the side of the foot. And we're just going to release the hip on both sides. I must admit, this pose always makes me smile. Maybe take the opportunity to smile. Imagine yourself a happy baby. And something you can do if you'd like to is move gently from side to side and have your spine have a little massage while you're in it. Always seems good to me. Keep breathing. Okay, and bring your feet back down to the ground, knees still bent. I'm going to do a couple of twists now. So bring your arms out by your sides, and then we're going to lift our feet off the ground and then just move your legs over to the right hand side gently. If you can't reach the floor, or if you think it might be comfier too, you can put a cushion underneath your legs or between your legs. And then we're going to look to our left hand side. Look at your left hand outwards. And breathe. Try and rest in this position. If you're clenching any muscles in your arms or legs, try and let that go. Let them relax. Okay, then bring your legs back up to the center. And we're going to drop them back over to the left hand side this time. Very gently. And look over to your right hand. To close your eyes. Got to say, make sure your both shoulders are on the ground. The twists are really good for many things. Obviously, it gives your spine a lovely twist, releases any vertebra. It's also great massage for your digestive system. Helps make things more regular. Also, it's meant to help with your lung condition, but I don't know. Leave that if you want to. Okay, bring your legs back in. So now we're going to go back over to the right hand side, and there's an option to extend the legs out. So you've got like straight legs. It's a bit harder. If it doesn't feel good, then never mind. And if it feels really good and you want to try a bit further stretch, then you can bring your legs up more closer to your hand. And again, look over to your left hand. Come out of that and go back over legs over to the left hand side. And again, option to bring your feet up. Straighten the legs. And look over to your right hand side. Ease out of that. Again, you might need to bring your legs in, give yourself to the hug. You might want to actually make some circles with your hands on your knees and just do some gentle hip circles. Just kind of ease that off if you felt strong. Our last poses are going to be variations on bridge pose. I know that sounds dramatic, but bear with me. Basically, you want to use your cushions for this, or block. But again, you have your knees bent, your feet down, feet towards your bum, and back straight, pelvis neutral. We'll just do a couple of rounds without using a cushion, and then we'll use a cushion to have a supported bridge. So deep breath in and out. Next breath, just gently lift your tailbone off the ground and just lift some vertebrae off your crown. Doesn't have to be very much, just a little bit. And relax out of it. Bring your vertebrae back down bit by bit. And relax. And again, so you're sucking your navel in and then just slowly bring the bum off the ground. And bring it back down. So on the third one, you can actually bring it up and then shove some cushions or pillows or whatever you have underneath. You're putting it underneath your pelvis. You'll know if it feels comfy or doesn't feel comfy. But aim for comfy. And we're going to open our palms upright. And hopefully this feels pretty comfortable with the cushions. And we'll just enjoy this as a more restorative pose. Check that your knees are parallel, not flailing outwards. Don't need to be connected, but just a little bit parallel. Nice and deep breaths. You'll find that your chin is a little bit towards your chest as your back of your neck is lengthened. If at any point you don't feel comfortable, just come out of this. There's an option to stay resting like this, or there's an option to lift one leg gently into the air. One leg up, and back down, and the other leg up, and down. So you can do that a couple more times if you wish. Get your legs a bit more workout and your core a bit more. Okay, so lift your cushion back out from underneath and then bring yourself back down to the ground. Rock back side to side, windscreen wiper your legs, ease out of that. So if you'd like to do a higher bridge, if you've done yoga before and you'd like to, an option 2, then you can come back up in the way we did before, but lift your chest a bit higher, so lift yourself more onto your shoulders. You can interlock your hands underneath your shoulders if you wish, sucking the navel in. Just hold that for a couple of breaths, nothing too crazy. And then release out of that very gently, coming back down. Alright, so one more hug into the chest. This time option to bring your head up towards your chest. Don't strain your neck, just a little looking up at your knees. And relax back down. Move side to side a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to bring the legs down and go into Savasana and get nice and comfy for the relaxation portion of today's class. So now's the time if you want to put your blanket over you. I know it's a bit cold in the UK and cold with the heating off and everything. Get nice and cozy if you'd like to with a blanket. If you have some dodgy knees or a bit of a dodgy lower back, it might be a good idea to stick your cushions underneath your knees for a little bit of support. Otherwise, just going to get nice and comfortable, make any adjustments you need to, and then put your arms out to your side,